Welcome back, everyone, to the Pyramid Sports Network interview series. I'm joined today by Will Reilly. He is a current midfielder for Atlanta United. And we were just before the podcast talking about um, our Premier League sides that we support. Like I was saying, I Arsenal supporter. So you're Palace. So what made you fall in Palace?
Random. I have no ties with the team, really. So similar to you, I was in a position where I was just picking, and I was probably 9 or 10 watching them on the screen, and they had like Yannick Bolasie and Zaha dropping crazy street
Right.
moves into the Prem, and I was like, okay, that's sick. This is gonna be my team, which is ironic because I'm probably like the furthest player archetype from those
From
guys.
Wilfred Zaha. Yeah,
But
that's crazy.
but yeah, that was the origins. So I've
Yeah,
been a fan ever since.
that's probably pretty crazy though. Like I remember Wilfred Zaha that was like 2015, 16 was his peak over at Palace. I remember watching him and I was like, this dude is so cold.
Yeah, he had a few really good years for them. Yeah,
And then
now I can't be a fan because he's playing for
right,
Charlotte.
I was about
So
to say, yeah, now you're playing against him. What's
uh,
it? Have you guys played Charlotte since you've been with the first team?
yeah, we played him in the Open Cup 2 weeks ago, but he didn't play. Unfortunately, I was hoping he would
Right.
be out there.
No, that'd be dope.
Uh,
Sorry, so yeah,
yeah.
so for the people that don't know you, just give them kind of like the a rundown of where you grew up, kind of your path through soccer, and just a brief introduction, I guess, if for those of you that aren't familiar with you.
Yeah, sure. From Decatur, Georgia. Grew up there my whole life. Played for a little club called Inter Atlanta, although it's a big club now. And then started with Atlanta United's Academy when it started in 2016. I think 2016. I was there for 5 years, and then I went to school, played 4 seasons at Stanford, and then uh, about a year and a half ago now. Came back to Atlanta, signed to a homegrown deal, and I've been here ever since.
Word. So you said you signed with Atlanta United or joined the academy when you were 13. What was that process kind of like in terms of them seeing you? I know the from some of the other guests I've had on, um, had Ollie Wright on, who's a player for USL side Portland Hearts of Pine, and he was kind of talking about growing up in England. He had played for Fulham's academy and kind of the process of that. So I just wanted to hear if there's a difference that you know of, and how they kind of get you on board or just kind of run through that process.
Yeah, well, it was different because the whole academy was starting up. So there was like a massive tryout where they brought a bunch of kids in for a couple of days and we played small sided. I actually got super lucky. Um, I played the year before with a club that got sort of subsumed into the academy, and I was injured when this tryout stuff was happening. So luckily, the coach, who I had the year previous, he knew me, and they decided to have me join the team, and that was about it.
Yeah, yeah. Was the side before you said it was Inter Atlanta?
Well, yeah, so I skipped a year. So I was at Atlanta, and then I went to a club called Georgia United,
Okay.
which was a DA team
Yeah.
that you know joined Atlanta United's academy when Atlanta United started up.
Okay. And then Inter Atlanta now, what's their kind of outlooks? You were saying it was a bigger club at this point. Have they just grown in? Did they grow into something else, or did they grow in their ability to just kind of recruit good talent to their side?
Just like size and players, they're I think that they're probably the biggest youth soccer club in Atlanta.
Okay.
I might be biased, but
Yeah, right.
that's
So
what it
then,
seems like to me.
right. So you you go to shout out my boy, both of our boys, Keith Adams. You go to high school
Yup.
with Keith Adams at the Paideia School. Was that somewhat of was that a sports decision or was that more of just like a life decision? Like this is a great school to go to.
That was a life decision for sure. My brother was going there, and so my parents decided to send me as well.
Yeah,
And
it
I was
was
there from fifth, fourth grade on.
okay. And was
So
there so Stanford in high school, Stanford recruits you. What was that timeline like? And what were some other schools that were involved in your college recruitment process?
so I think I first, well, I don't know what, I don't want to get anyone in hot water with these NCAA rules and regulations. I
Right, right, yeah.
assume they first reached out to me when they were allowed to reach out to
Yeah.
me. Um, and I talked to them probably for a year, ended up committing in my, towards the end of my junior year. Um, and I was also, it was a tough decision for me. I was talking to Georgetown, UNC, Yale. Those were probably my other top three. But and then I also had less serious talks with a bunch of ACC schools, which, as it turns out, Stanford ended up joining the ACC
Right,
anyway,
yeah.
so that
It
worked
did.
out.
Right. Was there in high school, was it always a goal of yours to play professionally or was Stanford truly like another life decision of being able to set yourself up for success regardless of where that path went?
Yeah, dude, it's funny. I did not really want to play professionally at all in high school. I think there were also times like mm, early high school days where I wanted to stop playing in the academy and
Mm.
just go to high school and be a normal high schooler, hang out with my boys, and play for the high school team. In retrospect, I'm super glad that I stuck with it. And then, yeah, I always wanted to go to school. That's always what I intended to do. And then I think around the end of my freshman year, start of sophomore year at school is when I started thinking, okay, like this could be a profession. This could be actually something really cool to do. I had a bias on it against being a pro soccer player early on because I thought that being a professional soccer player was like when you go on a trip as a youth player and you can't really do anything besides play soccer
Mm.
and sit around in a hotel.
Right.
Um, but when you're a professional player, it's just your life. So you still, go home to your house and you have your afternoon and whatever, your free time. So I think that was the shift for me where I
Okay.
realized I could do this thing that I loved and it didn't have to really seriously detract from every other aspect of my life.
Right, which is I'm sure very good for your mental health and
Yeah.
you're right, your ability to separate obviously like you were saying your professional career from your life and that um as much as I do this podcast and like we love to talk about sports and there's obviously soccer is one of if not the biggest sport in the world but still it's everyone's human it's like I'm sure if you talk to most professional athletes they want fans and especially the media to appreciate that more um, because there are, especially for me being from Philadelphia, I know that like I witnessed it myself too, and I sometimes I'll fall victim to believing what they say, but it's like they'll be so hard on the athletes, and they'll end up just kind of forcing people out. Like the biggest one for us was Ben Simmons. Um,
Yeah.
like I choose to believe like there's part of me that wants to think like if you take the media side of it out and all of that noise of this guy can't shoot but he's like the most physical specimen, like the biggest physical freak ever on a basketball court. Um, that he would have succeeded more, but um, no, that's really cool. And so in high school, you played for the US U17 side. Um, and what was kind of that experience like? Because I know I've had some friends that have gone through a similar process through ID camps. Was it that type of route, or was there a more formal, I guess, offer from their side?
It was really out of nowhere. I was not expecting it. At that point, I thought the the national team ship had kind of sailed. And then, yeah, one day I just got a call from my academy coach, and he was like, the national team wants to bring you in for I think the first one was a trip to England. They're playing a tournament. So yeah, they want to bring you on this trip. And I was super fired up, obviously.
Right. Yeah. No,
Uh,
that's dope.
and yeah, it was a super cool experience. I think that camp was like uh, Gio Reyna,
Okay.
Ricardo Pepi, Joe Scally. So a bunch of guys that had,
That are doing
ended
it.
up
Yeah.
making it to the senior team. So that was pretty cool for me. And also at that time hadn't played with the second team or the first team at Atlanta United. So these were far and away the best players I had been around.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you keep in touch with any of those guys anymore?
No, actually I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe our paths will cross again someday.
Right. Yeah. No, that'd be dope. But yeah, I guess growing up, I remember um like the that golden generation of US soccer, 2010, 2014 World Cup. Um, was there anyone on that team that you remember being like, dang, like that's the dude I want to be like? Or because I know for me and my buddy, my best friend from home, we have this big running joke. It's about Michael Bradley. It's not really a joke, but like it was probably like 2013, and we were in his living room, and it was um US Mexico in Estadio Azteca, and he chipped Guillermo
When he hit that
Ochoa,
chip,
and
yeah,
we that is like a Kodak moment in my life, like seared into my brain because we both just go absolutely bonkers, like running around outside. But yeah, was there
yeah,
anyone on that team
I remember that actually.
that was
That
so
was gonna be
sick?
my answer.
Yeah,
But I don't think I would really want to like play like Michael Bradley, but he did have some of those moments that were
right,
just all time
right. Yeah, he
US
was just like a
moments.
bulldog.
Yeah.
But no, that's what. Not to get on the tangent, but I feel like I don't know. I think Tyler Adams is plays a similar role as a Michael Bradley in that and being kind of the heart and soul. But that's like I went to the friendly against Belgium in March at Mercedes Benz,
Yeah.
and it was that just it felt like I know that they're rotating players, and it was like obviously it's one of the last chances. I think the game against Germany is after they pick or after they announce the roster, so it won't have any implications. So obviously they're trying to get as many players out there as they could, but it just felt like they're lacking that kind of heart and passion in the middle of the field. And Tower Adams was hurt that game too, so it was, um,
Yeah, yeah. I was wondering where he was. I was at that game too.
yeah, he was hurt. Chris Richards was hurt, um, but yeah, so you Stanford, that's pretty cool. I was gonna ask some things about that. It's like, what is life like as a student athlete at Stanford? I guess because I've like obviously it's so prestigious of a school. What's the is like how's it balancing school and football?
Um, I imagine it's pretty similar to most other student athlete setups. Did you play at Rhodes?
I did, yeah,
Yeah. So you like go to training, go to class, uh, pretty much spend all day, every day with your teammates. And if you get lucky, then those guys will become your best friends, which was the case for me. Uh, I'd say the biggest difference at Stanford is that there are other student athletes there that you'll just bump into casually, and then it'll be like, oh, this girl is a two-time Olympian already, and
Right.
she's double
Yeah.
majoring in
That's crazy.
physics and math. Yeah. So there are some people that are just like ridiculous.
Yeah, there was I didn't know David Bailey, who was the second pick in the draft to the Jets this year. He went to Stanford, graduated in 3 years. He was on the football team. Um, and he after his third year, he transferred over to Texas Tech last year where he got drafted. And that just like blew my mind that like that dude was going to Stanford, graduating in 3 years. I know the football players do it a little bit differently where they're like grinding summer classes because they're trying to get out of there early. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's crazy. And did you when you were there, were you friends with players on other teams or anything?
Yeah, that also might be different. I don't know. You could tell me what it was like at Rhodes, but I think Stanford has really good cohesion between the different teams. There's lots of crossover. You'll meet people from all different sports. I ended up dating a girl on the beach volleyball team, still my girlfriend. So
There
now
you
I'm
go.
a beach volleyball fan.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, there's a ton of crossover. We had like an athlete dining hall where
Okay.
everyone would you go to dinner and you see, the same people every night. You sit with people from different teams, so that was really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for us it was similar. I'm sure like at a D3 level there's a little bit more of um like a fraternity aspect to it because we were still allowed to be on the team. I don't know if it's similar at Stanford if the like as many athletes are in fraternities. Um but for us there was kind of that line where like I was an ATO. We had some football players. We had a soccer player or two. We had a few basketball players. So like, I was never really like tight with anyone on the lacrosse team or anyone on or too many guys on the soccer team. But like we would see each other in class. But it was I think now they've started to. There's a new head coach for the baseball team. He started to incentivize them to go to some of these other sporting or sports games which I think
nice.
is needed because I know there were definitely times for our games where you'd look up and there'd be like, hey, there's my mom, my girlfriend, and three fans from the other team, and it's like, where's everybody at?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but no,
No, that's
that's
good. I think that was one of my favorite parts. Stanford was the whole athlete community and getting to meet some of those people that are like really at the top of their game.
right. Yeah, because that's I guess was there someone specific like that you met that was an Olympian?
Um,
Surely someone
yes,
I feel
there
like
there
the
definitely
right.
were
I feel like I've heard
countless.
of someone from like that track and field or something. Or is there swimming at Stanford?
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
is.
there are like there's Tori Husk
Okay,
is a multi-medal Olympian.
that's pretty cool.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think Juliet Whitaker went to the Olympics for 800.
Okay.
Don't fact check me on that. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Okay. That's dope though.
yeah, there's some people that are
And
getting
then
after it.
in I saw you had a few NCAA tournament appearances. What was the like? How far did you guys make it in like in your furthest run?
Uh, Elite Eight
Damn.
quarterfinals. Yeah.
What was that like?
Uh, still pissed about
Yeah.
it. And you know, you you only get such a finite number of shots at winning a national championship,
Right.
and um, two of my years we went out in penalty shootouts, so
Yeah.
that's like the worst way to go. Um, but I mean, the journey to get there was sounds cliche, but it was awesome. Like some of the games we won on the way. uh, were some of my favorite games in my career. So
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, so you go to Stanford and you sign your homegrown contract in 20 end of 24.
yeah,
I'm sure is pretty rewarding, but walk me through that, how the negotiations went, if there were negotiations or if it was just kind of a mutual thing.
minimal negotiations. I was representing myself. Didn't have an agent, so I was just talking with the representatives at the club. I didn't think I was in a position to do much negotiation. I was happy to get my foot in the door with
Right.
the first team. It was pretty much a standard contract for a homegrown player. I was signed in December and started early January.
Okay. And then do you have an agent now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I
What's
held out as long as I could. I
right,
figured
right.
that's how.
So is that something where they approach you? Do you approach them?
Both. It
Okay.
depends. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess the just like looking at the roster for Atlanta United, there's like the guy I'm sure you get asked about it a lot, but the guy that sticks out is Miguel Almiron. Like I remember watching him at Newcastle. What's it like being around him? Is he seems like a pretty passionate dude and like also just like he seems pretty funny.
Yeah. He's I honestly the thing that sticks out to me about him is his professionalism. Like he's on a schedule
Hmm.
every day. Like he's the first guy to show up. He is in the treatment room in the gym for a long time pre-training. Like looks after his body super well. Um, and then obviously that's allowed him to perform at the level that he does for such a long time. So
Yeah, yeah, no, and I would think he'll be at the World Cup this summer.
yeah,
I think. Have they announced the he's is he from Paraguay?
yeah, yeah. They're in the U.S. group, right? I think.
They are, yeah. It's what is it? It's Paraguay, Turkey, the U.S. Yeah, we know that's right. Yeah, the U.S. opens against Paraguay out
Yeah,
in L.A. So that'll be cool. Um,
yeah,
yeah, hopefully he doesn't do us too dirty because we cannot get grouped at home. That would
right.
that would be so bad. Um,
Yeah, I don't know. I think we got a good shot in that
I,
group.
I hope so. Are you going to any games?
I don't have any tickets. Kind of hoping that clutch up.
Right,
So, because Atlanta's hosting so many games.
right. Yeah, I'm going to Spain, Saudi Arabia at Mercedes-Benz.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm pretty fired up to see that one.
Is the meat gonna be back also?
I hope so. I mean, I think they kind of just shut him down because I don't know how like obviously I've never been on an athletic I've never been on in the same arena as Lamine Yamal, if you can believe that. But I don't like I don't know how severe like a hamstring strain can be from taking a penalty.
Yeah, I don't know. You would be shocked. Hamstrings can
Right.
come
I'm sure it
from
just
what
grabbed
looks
real
like
weird from when he
nothing.
planted. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, hopefully, for the sake of the World Cup as a whole, hopefully it'll be back and firing.
That's I'm excited to see him. I really hope. I don't know if he's going to make the squad for Spain, but Mikel Merino, I love watching
Yeah,
him. I feel like he is just he's so creative, and obviously he can play so many different positions. And as an Arsenal fan, like they've missed him so much this year, especially um, they've just had so many injuries throughout the season. Um, and when he was kind of playing that pseudo number nine, it made no sense, but he would score like
yeah,
every game.
that was a crazy setup tactically, but yeah, he was scoring a lot.
And I guess I never really realized because you don't realize it when he's playing in the midfield. It's like he was so good in the air. Like I
Yeah,
think like half his goals he scored were on headers.
yeah. There's some. Actually, I guess he's a pretty big guy too. But there are some players like that where you wouldn't expect them to be good in the air, and then you see they have like I don't know 3 or 4 goals with their head a season.
It's I don't know. They've definitely missed him, but I hope. I saw that he is back, like training light. They said he was running on grass again, um, which is good because he broke his foot back in like
Yeah,
November or something. But yeah, I'm pumped to see him. I was excited to see Zubamendi, but he's played so many minutes, and it's just like he doesn't look like the same player that he was like 5 months ago. Um,
yeah.
but or who are some players you watch now, I guess, that you kind of like to model your game after, if there are any?
Shuby's one. I like watching Shuby Mendy. I think he's a really smart
Yeah.
player.
He just lost his
Uh,
legs. Like everybody thought for, again, this is like opening the Arsenal can of worms. It's like everyone thought that Arteta was gonna rotate the squad a little bit more, and then Zuby just played like I think he may have surpassed like 1,800 minutes this season.
yeah.
It's like I
I
can't
mean, that's wild.
right. I can only imagine at some point that you start to lose your legs a little bit. I mean, I've never played soccer at that level A, but also that many minutes, I can't imagine.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I like Pedri, it's a different level. Um, Scott McTominay. I'm giving you a
Yeah,
range here.
yeah,
Ochi, Yaya Torre. Um, Iniesta was one of my favorites growing up. So was Sly.
yeah. So it's tough. Like I wish he wasn't on Liverpool because watching. I mean, like anytime there's a free kick within like 40 yards, it's like must see TV.
Yeah, yeah, he's got a cannon on him.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm missing some important ones. Oh yeah, like Rodri, um, maybe like a Camavinga,
mm,
uh, more defensive players. I
yeah,
I watched more recently.
yeah. Do you think um like from like if you were to self scout, what do you think like the biggest strengths are in your game?
Oh, let's start with weaknesses. Got a lot. Um, no, I'm kidding. Biggest strengths, I think, uh, covering ground at a intensity that other people can't. Um, Reading the game defensively, cutting out passes, and then thinking quickly on the ball, playing simple.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean that makes sense because I was just curious because like you named like the two of the names that popped out to me were Rodri and Zubamendi, who are both great and like you're saying they're kind of those super smart players and seem like they scan the field really well. Um, kind of thrive a little bit deeper lying, but can really work in like a play. Um, but no, that's cool. I mean, how often I guess do you watch like these other players, or is it more so now that it's just a lot of watching your own film and watching the team's film?
Mm, both. I mean, I watch a lot of my own film and the teams, but I still really enjoy watching other games, uh, just to see.
Kind of how they
Like I think
behave,
there's a bunch of different ways you can watch a game. You can
right?
watch it from
Yeah,
just as a fan and enjoy that, or on like a tactical level and just seeing numbers and how they're moving, or like really specific on a player and their individual tendencies and actions and how they're positioning themselves when they're checking their shoulder, how they balance their body and take certain touches. So I think there's a lot to be learned from a lot of top level players and in a lot of different ways.
yeah. And then I guess having how much conversation is there between like the guys on the team, but like some of the guys that have been there longer, are they like the vets, are they kind of like open books if you have questions and like are they open to you picking their brain a little bit?
Yeah, we don't have any crazy vets right now because the oldest guy we have is Fafa Pico,
Mhm.
and he's been around the league for a while, so he's got a lot of wisdom to share, and he's also a hilarious and great locker room guy. But yeah, for the most part, the older guys want to they want the younger guys to learn and to improve, so they're happy to help.
Yeah, and then I guess what is because I don't want to keep you too much longer. We're getting close to 30 minutes here, but I guess we can end on this. Like if you were to see yourself in 10 years, look 10, 15 years even, when your career's over, if you could look back, what are some things you wish you hope to accomplish, or what are some ways that you want to yeah, like accomplishments, things you'd be proud of?
Good question. I don't usually like to get too specific with outcome goals, although I could say that I would want to win something,
Mm.
uh, preferably multiple things.
Right, right. Yeah,
I want to
if you're
win.
gonna put that much time in, you might as well.
I want to win a trophy too, and then beyond that, my approach is kind of like how I go about my day to
Mm.
days. I want to share special experiences with the teams that I'm on. I want it to be, and I think you do that by winning and by working, by improving and bringing the right attitude and energy every day to training. So 10 years, I want to be able to look back and say, I did everything in my control to get as much out of this game as I could and to
Yeah.
give as much to the game as I could. And I think everything else tends to work itself out.
Yeah. No, no, I totally get that. And I think that's a great way of looking at it in like the process, being more process oriented. Um, and like you said, letting the things take care of itself and know that you know gave everything you had. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, no. So what do you think in the World Cup? Who do you think's gonna win the World Cup? If you got to pick right now, or who's your final? If you got to pick right now.
I mean, I think France has to be in the final. Um,
And again, I have no idea what like the possible matchups are. Like we could,
yeah,
you
right. I
know,
was thinking about that too.
I
I don't know.
know. Um,
I was gonna end up, but oh fuck it. Let's go France US final.
okay. France, US five. Okay. I like, I'm gonna take Portugal and I'm gonna take, I, like the first club, like I'm trying to go like off the beaten path a little bit. The cheeky answer for me is Morocco, but after watching
Hmm.
AFCON, I don't know if I want to like I don't know if I can stomach like being like, yeah, there goes Hakimi, like let's go, like
Yeah.
um so I'll
Did
go
you watch that final? That was, by the way, that was
that it was
ridiculous.
insane. Like I and then they retrospectively awarded Morocco the AFCON. Like I don't
Yeah. Crazy.
it was just such a mess. And the like the water bottle gate with the
Yeah. Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
towel guy or
Figure-
the ball
Yeah.
boy. That was crazy. Uh, but yeah, no, I'll go Portugal and I'll go with Belgium.
Mm.
I think they have a lot of experience, so a good mix of youth, um, and also just like watching them play that game. That was pretty dope. Doku just it felt
Just
kind of
so
yeah, it felt unfair that they just kept swinging it out to him, and then it was just like him and Tim Weah for 35 minutes. just like going one on
Yeah,
one.
I don't know how you stop
No, but
that.
then
Well,
I
cool.
guess
We'll
so.
check
What?
back in 6 weeks and we'll see who is closer.
Right? Yeah, no, that works. And then I guess what do you think? You think that Palace gets it done in the Conference League?
Yeah,
I think so too. I wonder if Glasner still actually leaves. If they, I
I don't
mean,
know actually. I also don't know how the qualification works. Like if you win Conference League, is it an automatic qualification for Europa League?
right? That would make sense.
Probably. In which case, like playing Prem and Europa League is a pretty good setup.
Right? Yeah. I don't know why you'd want to leave. Um,
Yeah.
but all right, man. Well, yeah, I appreciate you taking the time again. Um, yeah, you're welcome. Welcome to hop back on at any time. We can, if you got time. I know I don't want to be a nuisance again, but yeah, if you're always more than welcome to get back on if you got anything that's pressing on your mind that you want to get out to the people.
Oh, for sure, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.